Claire, the owner of Blanchflower and Little Blanchflower. Our ethos at Blanchflower really is to take local produce and really elevate it. So everyday items like a bacon sandwich and a carrot cake are really elevated as something special. It's a bit different to anything else in Chorlton, I think, because we have our own bakery. We can use some of our bakery products, so we use our focaccia pizzas, and the chef's been able to expand that menu, but kind of keeping the same ethos of kind of everything made on site.
Yeah, making everything in-house is going to be really important to kind of sell what we're trying to do here. We prep the pasta ourselves every single day. I come in the morning, make the pasta. Currently at the moment we have gnocchi, agnolotti, pappardelle, raviolo on as well. It's currently, yeah, we're working on lasagna for special for the weekend as well today. We're going to keep trying to kind of infuse the Italian style stuff in here, but we're going to use local produce from around here. We're going to try and forage for as much as we can as well. We try and make everything fresh. Everything fresh. We don't really buy any products in at all.
So I think the menu came from, as they always do with us, what we like to eat. So we're going to have specials every week, so I think it's focused on what's seasonal and just what we're interested in as well. So the difference between our pizza and other offerings in Chorlton is we use a focaccia base. So rather than a traditional round kind of Roman style pizza, we make our focaccia, but it's quite thin and crispy, and we make it into trays. So it's kind of a rectangular pizza on a focaccia base, which I think is something quite different.
It's a great dough to work with. It's really, really wet, but you'll get lots of nice little pockets of bubbles and air. It'll be nice and light. By doing this, it's going to set us, on a different sort of wavelength to everyone else.
Me and my husband Phil started our first coffee shop about 11 years ago, and then it grew from there to Longford Park, where we expanded our baking. We started baking bread. After that, we opened in Altrincham and then Sale last year, and I've just opened Little Blanchflower in Chorlton. So previously it was the Creameries, which is a restaurant run by Mary Ellen. So we tried to keep as much as we could. So we've reused their tables and their chairs. We've kept the floor and quite a few of the bits and pieces that are what was in the Creameries before. So we tried to use the original signage as inspiration for the colours. Since we first started, we always wanted to make everything ourselves. That's what we were kind of really passionate about. So we started off making our own cakes, and then we grew to Longford Park, and we started baking our own breads. And then when we grew into Blanchflower, we kind of carried on from there. So we do a lot of kind of pickling and fermenting and curing, and so we kind of try and use a lot of kind of craft processes.
Brunch is probably a little bit more toned down compared to the other two sites. And just in terms of space and what we've got in here, we take the classics from Sale and Altrincham with the green eggs, Benedict's at the weekend. The bacon we get from Frosty is incredible. It's so, so good. It's not just your basic bacon, it's a very, very good bacon. We use our focaccia for it as well, which then again just makes it even better. Sweet corn fritters, as we know, like from here, it's just a classic. It flies out every single day. It can be our first and last check on every single day. The green eggs, so we start off with our sourdough that we make from the bakery. Then we top that with a smashed avocado, which has got chili and lime through it. On top of that, we dress some spinach in our little house dressing, and then we do 2 poached eggs on top, and then we get a little coriander pesto, which we make again ourselves. Top it with some nice little garnish. Excited for people to come down to try what we've spent the last few weeks kind of really building towards. Yeah, it'd just be nice to show it off because we've put a lot of hard work into this.